here at the Distributech 2019 Conference and Exhibition. I'm Elizabeth Ingram, Content Manager for Clarion Events, and I'm here with Vera Silva, who's the Chief Technology Officer for GE Grid Solutions. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Very glad to be here.
Yes. So talk to me about the challenges that you see ahead for the energy transition.
The energy transition is bringing us to a large, grand transformation of the power system as we know it. The first challenge is about renewables integration. So we're going to be integrating quite a lot of wind and solar, which are variable by nature, depend on weather, and therefore the first thing is how we're going to manage the variability and connecting these resources, which will be placed there where we have the available primary source rather than next to the consumer. The second one is about decentralization. We have a huge opportunity around the photovoltaics, rooftop, as well as new technologies like distributed energy storage and the new ability to interact with the loads and connecting loads coming from both mobility, like electric vehicles, as well as heat. And this is changing completely the way we approach the power system, where we're going to have a lot more of the generation connected to distribution rather than centralized generation.
Great. So what role do you envision for digital technologies in the grid of the future?
Digital will be one of the key enablers we're going to have to succeed the first two points I mentioned on integration of renewables, so decarbonation, as well as decentralization. With digital, we're going to have a complete different ability to have an awareness of the grid, up to layers such as the low voltage grid, of which today we have very little information. We're going to have a new ability to use grid software to orchestrate the different resources and facilitate their integration into the system. A different ability to monitor and diagnose the use of the assets and therefore make better use of the assets that are already installed. And we're going to have new abilities of controlling and integrating new sources of flexibility. In future, we're going to have everyone helping to balance the system and not only conventional plant. We're going to be reaching out for flexibility from perhaps your washing machine back home up to the largest conventional plant in the system.
So you feel that cooperation is important, making links between technology providers, clients, regulators, and the market. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, definitely. What we can see is that we're going to have a power system that's more diversified in terms of the users of the grid, in terms of the resources that are generating, in terms of the technologies we're integrating. But there will be a very important role played on energy policy, in terms of what are the guidelines of energy transition. Regulators will put the rules and the remuneration schemes that will drive both investment and innovation, as well as how the utilities are transforming their business. And across all these different set of actors, we're going to have technology providers, such as my institution. We will need to be working closely with the clients, closely with the different institutions to understand what does the system need in future and how can we provide the best innovations.
Great. So it sounds like there's some exciting things ahead for the grid and for GE.
I would say there has never been a more exciting time to be in power systems and to be an electrical engineer.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.